Here we go. I am Zhong. Right next to me, we have Kevin Yamashita. Am I saying right?
Correct.
Correct. Ah, that's pretty good. You do that. I'm very good at saying people's names. So now, Kevin, awesome to have you on board. 4 weeks out, you picked these fights up, and you finally got you back. And I remember you are fighting on our show 10 years ago.
About 10 or 11 years
10
ago.
or 11 years ago, and you make your MMA debut. You fight one of the guys from this camp, and that was a long history. And then now, what happened to the last whole decade? What's going down with your life? Let's introduce you to all the fans out there.
Yeah, Kevin Yamashita. I was born in Daly City. Grew up in Walnut Creek. Last 10 years, I took a little bit of a break, to focus on work and my professional career. So, but still in and out of the gym and still training with my team who I've been fit with since the start. So,
what do you do for work?
I work in sales for a software company, so software sales. Yes.
So I'm sure that's a good paid job on the computer side, right?
It is. And that's kind of where it gets in the way of training and things. It's long hours, so I can have meetings with clients from 5 a.m. to 6, 7 p.m. So it makes it a little bit of tough to get into training and things like that. So I took a little bit of my time where I was looking to kind of move up within the kind of software industry. So,
well, that's a good industry to be in there. Making good money. People pay well in that industry. Like, what do you live and where are you coming from, Kevin?
Yeah, so I was born in Daly City. I live in Concord now, but I grew up most of my life in Walnut Creek, California.
Walnut Creek.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Now, I know you have a good career. What do you see yourself in fighting? Do you want to go pro? Do you ever think about going pro?
I think about it, yes. If it's in the cards, 100%, if there's an opportunity to take, I would love to go pro. Right now, we're kind of just taking it as it is and working on the amateur scene and seeing what that, comes to bloom there. But, right now we're just having fun. I know my coach has been egging me on to get back in the ring. Ever since my first fight 11 years ago. So, this is for my coach, this is for my team, and I want to represent them well. So,
do you have kids and family and all that yet?
Yeah, I have a son. He's 11 years old, so that's also kind of takes away from my time and getting the training. So he's getting big. So
you still young though. You were 30 what?
33.
33.
Yeah.
Wow, I got 11-year-old son, huh? Keep it going, or that's it?
No, I'm gonna try to keep the legacy. My father was a martial artist. My mother was a black belt in Taekwondo. So martial arts falls in my family.
Your mother?
My mother was, yeah.
Your mother Taekwondo black belt?
Taekwondo black belt, second degree, I believe. Yeah.
Second degree. Oh,
So-
that's pretty awesome. Well, that kind of runs in your family, in your blood now, So I know you're doing jiu-jitsu on and off for the last whole decades now. Now this upcoming fight, you're against an up-and-comer. A young kid, 10 years younger than you, or more than 10 years. But anyhow, how do you prepare for Luis? His name is Luis
Cabrera.
Okay.
Yeah.
How
Sorry
do you
for mispronouncing.
Yes. How do you prepare for him?
Take a look at his last fight. I know it kind of didn't go his way. It was a short fight, but kind of seeing holes there. But just focusing at what I do best, right? In my training camp, my team. The guys I have in my corner, they're all willing to jump in there with me and give me the training I need. So working from takedowns to take down a fence, jiu-jitsu, striking, whatever that may be. So I'm feeling confident in all areas of my game. So wherever the fight takes it, I'll be ready.
Now you're fighting a guy on his last fight. I didn't really have a chance to look at it, but I saw it on Camel, the website. It only shows 4 seconds. So he just came out and I think he got caught with the overhand or something, right?
I think overhand right, yeah.
Yeah,
correct.
so that fight, technically, I don't think he even had a fight because you get all the prep work and in 4 seconds the fight was over. Like you didn't even have a chance to taste it in the cage. You're doing all the work and so you don't really a whole lot of chance to see what he has and what he can bring on board, So when you prepare an opponent like that, it's a lot of unknown. So are you gonna demanding the fight that you want to fight, where you want to take it to the ground or striking? What do you prefer on this upcoming fight?
To be honest with you, I prefer anything. I feel confident. Everybody thinks I'm a jiu-jitsu fighter, but I come with street fighting background. I've been doing Muay Thai as not as long as Jiu-Jitsu, but I feel confident in my hands. So but I also feel really strong on the ground. So wherever the fight takes it, I feel comfortable. With the guys I have in my corner who are getting me prepared. I'm ready for anything. So
being an Asian, having street fights, that's kind of rough. Being an Asian undefeated street fighter, that's even better, As people know, we don't get into a whole lot of street fights as an Asian, we're kind of like the minority, the quiet one, right? Mm-hmm. So other people's are much louder, more get into confrontation, altercation more often than Asians. Usually you don't hear too many Asian guys got street fights. A lot of Asian guys just kind of quiet, it's like, hey, I do my thing. Not my own business, kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see an Asian guy actually coming from a street fight. Huh?
Yeah, it's just the background. My father, he was very outspoken, and same with me. It's the way I was kind of built my way up and who I am today. I'm there to step in and help whoever needs help, and I'm not going to sit back and see someone get
That's awesome.
So
a lot of Asian getting picked up in the last couple of years, and
exactly.
It's nice to see that Asian can actually stand up for themselves and having some skill sets. And I always encourage people, hey, being Asian, we're not the biggest people out there, but definitely have to prepare when shit goes down. You got a couple skill sets to back it up. But good to have it. You need it. Well, better than you need it, you don't have it. So being an Asian, make sure you guys go out there and sign up with a martial arts around your neighborhood and learn a couple of skill sets, and I think it's good. And forget about always focus on being Asian, buying houses, become a doctor and all that. Right? Am I right? Every Asian guy's Korean, Japanese, Chinese, mom and dad's hey, being a doctor, being a lawyer, what about your health? What about learn a couple of moves, have some skill sets, my dad raised me a little different, hey, gotta learn, all the money don't matter, you gotta be able to protect yourself and your family, so it's important to learn a couple of skill sets, in the combat sport, that's important. Now let's talk a little bit about this upcoming fight. So, if people want to get a hold of you, Kevin, want to buy tickets, come watching you fight, how can people contact you?
You can find me on Facebook, Kevin Yamashita, or on Instagram. Hashtag, tag name is at Yamashita Kevin. Very basic. Or you can come by the gym, Team Santos, out in San Ramon, to be able to pick up tickets.
Now, when's the last time you go? Have you been to Japan? Have you go to Japan?
I have not. COVID got in the way of me going to Japan about 2 years ago in April. So
2 years ago in
April. I was
April.
supposed to go. Yeah.
You supposed to go? Is it first time or?
First time. First time.
No
ever.
shit. So
yeah.
you're Japanese, so you haven't been to Japan yet?
I have not. No, I got a lot of cousins out there and in Hawaii. But I haven't been able to visit them because of COVID. So COVID's kind of screwed everything up for me.
Well, at least I've been to Japan twice, so I'm Chinese.
You got a leg up on me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's pretty cool. Now, if your opponent, Louis, is watching this interview, what do you have to say to him?
I'm not much for smack talk. He showed great respect on his interview. I want to do the same. Just for him, just come out, let's put on a show and let's get ready to bang. I know he's training hard. I'm training hard. No disrespect, but like he said, when the doors close, there's no way getting out. So
that's it, right? Now, I know you guys fighting at 155 pounds. What do you walk around weight, Kevin?
Right now I'm walking around 165. I know I was a little bit bigger boy before my first fight about a month ago or 2 months ago. But yeah, right now since I've been training nonstop and picked up my training with my team, I'm walking around 165. And when I start running and getting everything and start prepping for that weight cut, 155 won't be a problem at all.
Now, do you have anybody in the Bay Area? I don't mean you don't fight too frequently, but do you have anybody that caught your attention in the Bay Area that in your weight class, then you think you might running into him, or you think might be good for you to fight him, or you wants to fight? Do you have anybody in mind?
Maybe one guy in mind. I know my buddy had a fight on my team and knocked this guy out in the third round, and he's been calling out my teammate. So
what's his name?
I think his name's Jordan. I forgot his last name, but
where does he come from?
I think he's from Fresno area. I'm not too sure. I know he's fought down in 559 fights down there. He's came up here to SF Combat. He wants a rematch against my boy, but you know, he's gonna have to go through me first, you know, and you know, my team's my family, so you have to go through me first before you can get to my buddy.
Jordan, I'm gonna dig his names out. I'm gonna tag him on the interview, so he knows you're talking about him. So is he trying to book a fight against you in the future?
I'm not sure. You know, we're gonna see what we can get. I know I'm fighting again on June 18th, but we'll see if you know, he's ready to bang, and you know, and we'll set that up if he's ready.
Well, I'm really looking forward to having Kevin Yamashita, you know, making his return. Debut 11 years ago on my event, now finally 11 years later, having you coming back to my event. It's awesome to seeing people like that. You know, time to time I see a lot of people that did some interview with me like years and years ago, and there's an amateur debut. Now they're in UFC, so like the interview has kind of become a piece of a history. It's kind of cool. So a few years down the line, we'll see this interview where we're leading to, you know, and hopes Kevin to make it to a big picture. And if you want to do it for fun, it'll be good to have a good time, to have a piece of history, you know, that, hey, you know, I fought in Zhong Low Cage Fighting Series, you know, in 2022, you know, it'd be kind of cool to have a little memory right here.
Yep.
You know, so now, do you have a special loved one, training partner, coaches that you want to shout out to for this upcoming fight?
Yeah, I want to shout out my team, Team Santos. They've been there. I've been with them for 11 years since I've started. They're my family. They're my brothers. So you know, shout out to my coach, John Santos, who's been egging me to get back in the fight game. You know, this next fight's going to be for his cousin, who is you know, an OG of Team Santos that we just recently lost. So Zachary Guard, you know, this is for you, brother. But you know, my training partners, you know, Joe, Sal, everybody at the gym. But then also shout out to El Nino. Been working with them to kind of elevate my MMA game to the next level. So shout out to you guys and everybody.
That's pretty awesome. For more information about this upcoming fight card, make sure you guys check out DragonHouseMMA.com. We will updating the fight card either tonight or tomorrow. You're gonna see a lot more new picture, poster, matchup will be on the website. This event's a live stream pay-per-view, so if you guys cannot make it to the event, make sure you guys tune in and order your live stream pay-per-view voucher from DragonHouseMMA.com. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. Help me to grow my YouTube channel. Subscribe and click the like button, and then follow me on Instagram, Dragon_House_MMA. And I am Zhong, and then we'll keep putting on all the epic event for you guys. After this event, May 28th, the August 20th is going to be in Cal Palace, another huge epic event, bringing back from URCC from the Philippines. We'll be putting on another huge event, collaborated with my show and at the Cal Palace. Making sure you guys stay tuned. All fighters want to get on that card. Making sure you guys DM me. Any last thing you want to say to anyone else out there?
Nothing. Hopefully we'll be able to put on a show for everybody. Appreciate the time.
Definitely, and you might be the only Asian guy on this upcoming card.
Like my brother Joe said it, you know, he calls me the Asian sensation, so we'll hold it down for the Asians out there. So.
Asian sensation. Here we go. Hey, awesome. Good to have you on board, Kevin.
Appreciate it.
And then I'm Joe signing out. May 28th. Stay tuned. We'll see you guys at Kezar Pavilion. Signing out.